just a yard on that last run. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll let the fullback try and pick it up. This is Anthony Sherman. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
3rd and 1. Who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
At the 28-yard line.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 12-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On first down, Williams. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
With the handoff.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
He may try and run for this. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Brings up 4th and 1.
And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. They'll run for it with a fullback, Sherman. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. They keep it on the ground again with a fullback, Sherman. Trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back at the goal line. But down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs are going to take a first quarter lead.
Harrison Butker on for the point after.
Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. 7 yards on the carry, make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Alex Okafor on the tackle. It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Chiefs 7, Packers nothing.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. They give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude, and I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now, but maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to, and he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things, and then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
From the 38, Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
They're right down here looking for 6. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have...
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Preston Smith, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
3rd and 12.
That's the reason you ball for. Circle around twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, here's your bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
26.
Preston Smith there on the stop. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead,
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Frank Clark, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On 1st down, Rodgers. Flushed out right. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 25-yard line.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick six in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick sixes over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick six, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison of the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended? That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all, and what a play here. Another pick six in the Super Bowl. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. A final shot before half for Rodgers. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he's got this down to the 35. So we've reached halftime here in Super Bowl 55. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Both teams ready after the halftime spectacle, and we are back underway in Super Bowl 55. And this will be a touchback as that sails. Over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here at half. Jones hit and the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. They came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
They'll go again to Jones. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Williams. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He is going to find Hill here. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Williams. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Again, it's Williams. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
He's across midfield.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Past the 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
Chiefs. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Flush to his right. That is caught inside the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
So they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll try and get it in with Sherman, the fullback. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Anthony Sherman, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
25-yard line.
No hesitation. Don't try my patience.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, we have to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
7 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter.
With the score,
1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. The Packers go for it. Rodgers. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. They'll run on 1st down. It's Williams, and he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Alexander.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where the extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound Brandon no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
On the crossing route, complete. That's Adams. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
A gain of 24 yards.
Super Bowl 55 down to the final 2 minutes. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Touchdown, Packers! Paul Richardson, 63 yards. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Williams. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts.
A gain of a yard.
As they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now Mahomes. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. I'm surprised with the lead in a one-score game this late. They're even putting the ball in the air in that situation.
Almost makes me feel like the head coach might be second-guessing himself by not clicking on and saying, all we're doing is running it here. But give credit to the guys on defense.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, you can see what they were trying to do. Just send those guys out there to make a play, but that is a costly interception.
Yeah, that's kind of like the backyard. Everybody go deep, and let's see if we can find someone. 4 verticals in the route. Any other time in the game, I love the call. But here, you're not going to hold safeties. You're not going to hold corners with any looks because they know what the situation is. Ends up throwing the interception.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. So here we go, Charles, third down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. And no, they can't connect on the pass. So that gets the clock down to 11. Time for probably 2 more plays. Got to go quickly, though.
Third down and 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield and nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. What a Super Bowl this has been, and the biggest play comes now. It's 4th down. One final try now for Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Mahomes. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. And the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions.
Packers 14.
I don't know how. Absolutely amazing.